Hello, and welcome to the first episode of 3-minute-ish 3D modeling. In this episode we will be modeling a jeweler's hammer from the most excellent machining channel on YouTube, Clickspring. Link is in the description, be sure to check them out when you have a chance. We'll start a new design in Fusion 360. First, create a sketch on the XY plane. Using the center rectangle tool, select the origin point as our center and expand it out to about the size we want. Then just type in the length of 84 millimeters, tab over to the width and enter 12.7 millimeters. Select inside the rectangle's profile to highlight it. Click to finish the sketch. Select extrude. Here we want to select symmetric, whole length distance, and enter the thickness of 12.7 millimeters. This will create the initial object centered on the origin and symmetric to the XY plane, which will help us create future features without extra construction geometry. Create a new sketch. Attach to the right side of our blank. Create a circle, centered on the origin, and 12.7 millimeters diameter. This time select the 4 profiles outside of the circle. Finish the sketch. Select the top left corner of the view cube and adjust the zoom so the entire piece is visible. Select extrude. Drag the extrude distance back 26 millimeters into the part, and Fusion will automatically switch from creating a new body to a cut. In the taper angle, enter 4.1 degrees and click OK. Next we need the hole for the handle, so create another sketch. Attach to the bottom of the head. Create a slot, and place it somewhere near where it needs to be, making sure that it is horizontal by placing the 2 points along the axis. Using the dimension tool we can set the distance between the points to 6 millimeters. Set the distance between the first point and the front of the hammer to 34.5 millimeters. Finally set the radius of the slot to 3.57 millimeters. Looks like our slot came away from center line, so select the collinear constraint, pick the center line of the slot and then the x-axis. Using the long press to bring up the object options if you need to. Zoom out a bit, select the slot profile, and click Finish Sketch. Readjust the view and extrude again, but this time drag the extrude into the part slightly and select an extent type of all, and a taper angle of 3 degrees. This creates a tapered slot, so when we expand the top of the handle it will firmly hold onto the hammer head. Now for the other end of the hammer. Create a sketch. Attach to the back side of the hammer so the view matches the drawing. This time we are drawing simple lines. Using Fusion's auto snap features, draw a line from the back of the hammer 36 millimeters. Start the next line segment at the end of the first line and drag it past the back of the hammer. Tab to the angle entry and enter 10 degrees. Then bring the end point back to the hammer's edge and click to finish the line. Start another line segment from the last point vertically down 1.5 millimeters. Continue the line horizontally back inside the hammer 34 millimeters, and then from that point to a point on the bottom of the shape directly below the point above it. Finish the sketch. Select the profiles above and below the claw. Select extrude and drag it into the part. Select extent type all and click OK. To form the shoulder we will need a sketch that goes diagonally through the part. Create a construction plane through 2 edges. Select opposite edges and click OK. Create another sketch and attach it to the construction plane. We are going to sketch out a forming tool by projecting the face, front of the shoulder and corner edges from the part. Make sure to unselect the link option so we can modify the lines later. Then add the one missing line for the front of the tool, and then square off the outside of the tool's profile. Using the fillet tool, round off the shoulder to a 4.5 millimeter radius. Finish the sketch. Select both the primary tool profile and the fillet section. This time we will select revolve, the x-axis, and then OK. Finish off the shoulder by selecting where the hammer head meets the shoulder and adding a fillet with a radius of 4 millimeters. Lastly, we add a few chamfers to ease the hammer's face and the handle's entrance. At this point we are done with the initial design, but we can make it look a little better by applying a brass appearance. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment for what you would like to see 3D modeled in 3 minutes-ish. This video contains 50% AI generated content.